I'm Brian.
And I'm Brad.
And this is Stage
Stage
Talk
Talk
with Brian.
And Brad. And today we're talking about August Osage County. Great 2008 drama by Tracy Letts, won a Pulitzer, won a Tony Award, and it's now on stage at Southern Rep Theater at their new home on Bayou Road. 3.5 hours long, 2 intermissions. Brian, what did you think?
Well, let me tell you, I wasn't looking forward to this originally because I was one of the few people who was not a fan of the Broadway production, but I came away very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
The 3.5 hours flies by. It is the most painless 3.5 hours of theater you will ever see because the characters are interesting, the production is magnificent, Jason Kirkpatrick's direction is stellar, and the whole cast is wonderful as they tell this bizarre story.
You said it's a painless 3.5 hours, but really it's 3.5 hours of gut-wrenching desperation, bitterness, resentment, heartbreak, and I loved it.
And it's a whole lot more fun to watch other people having to do that than when it has to be with your life or anyone else's you know. I mean, it's interesting because on one hand, or in lesser hands, this could be like some wild and crazy soap opera with everything happening to this one family.
Sure.
But by the end, it becomes this ineffably sad portrait of humanity.
It really is, and I think it starts with the source material. What a great piece of writing. I love this play. Tracy Letts clearly inspired by Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Long Day's Journey into Night,
Sam Shepard.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, right? Where these multiple generations are all under one roof, and it's primed for a big explosion, and it explodes.
And first and foremost, I think we want to give tribute to the leading lady, Ellen Barry, playing the role that Meryl Streep did in the movie and making her New Orleans stage debut. On Broadway, the role was played by an actress who would go on to win a Tony Award, but turned this unappealing character even more unappealing, whereas Ms. Barry brought out the humanity in her and made her, on one hand, very mean, but you saw where it came from.
Yeah, she is not a likable character by any means, but she's still a sympathetic character, which is a really hard act to pull off. She did great.
Especially when you're stoned for half of the performance.
Not us. We weren't stoned.
Nor was she stoned, but the character was.
The character is stoned. Ellen Barry may or may not have been.
I don't think she was.
Yeah, I don't think she was
great.
Then Amy Hayes as Barbara, the sort of favorite daughter who comes home with her husband Lance Nichols, Bill, who's played by Lance Nichols.
Powerful performance. Starts off as just a nice mom and wife with challenges of her own, and by the end has kind of transformed herself into her own mother.
Yeah, what a transformation that character goes
Beautiful.
through.
And then Mandy Zirkenbach as the sister Ivy, one of Aimee Hayes' character's youngest sisters, who was put upon terribly, bullied by the mother, and then has a very heartrending reversal towards the end.
So much longing and yearning and quiet suffering in that character.
And a beautifully looking show. Joshua Courtney did the lighting. David Raffel did the magnificent
Excellent
3-story set. One of the most impressive shows visually, I think, that has been done in New Orleans in a long time.
Yeah, it's that perfect storm of a solid script, a great ensemble cast, a great looking production. It's a heartbreaking show. There's a lot of comedy there. There's some big laughs.
Oh, absolutely.
It's dark comedy, but it's there.
So, if you're depressed by today's headlines, go see this show.
It'll cheer you up.
Absolutely.
Or make you feel like the world is ending and there's no hope for any of us.
But it's not happening to you. Only to the westerns of Oklahoma.
That's true. Well, that's August Osage County. I loved it.
I thought so too.
Yeah, so this is running through October 6th at Southern Rep, the new home on Bayou Road. We'll see you next time. I'm Brad.
I'm Brian. Take care.